on their own, just like piecemeal line item. Didn't happen. The new regulations are set to be rolled out over the next 24 months in all these countries. This all looks to be somewhat straightforward, but the cascade of implications are really anyone's guess. I spoke with Bill Wirtz, a policy analyst for the Consumer Choice Center, on what happens now and how it could affect the global internet. When it comes to links, are the rules going to be like, I cannot link to a website that I know has stolen photos on it, or I can be in trouble?
No, the problem with the links were that the publishers were railing against the platforms such as Facebook and so on, by saying that if you post a link, let's say you post a link to Facebook, this link, it comes with a thumbnail and it does come with a preview, which is what we call the snippet. So you maybe get half a sentence or a few words to get an idea of what the article is about. The publishers say that the platforms should pay for that because this is copyrighted material and the journalists invested time into producing that content, and they want money out of it. Article 11 of this new directive says that the platforms are actually liable for this type of content. However, the controversy for me is not that justified, because hyperlinks were exempted from this rule, and there seems to be a consensus that snippets will also not be included.
Can we talk about artistic materials? Because much has been made about the impact on something like YouTube, and tell me if this is correct, that they're going to be more in charge of policing if their users, and there are billions of them, are posting something that, let's say, has a movie clip that has been pirated or has music that they have not licensed.
Yes. So right now, when you upload a video to YouTube, YouTube is responsible for checking after you uploaded it if it has any copyrighted material or not. We didn't assume until now that the platforms are responsible for having that on their platform. They have to remove it, but they are not liable for that. Article 13 of this directive changes everything. Because what the European Union says is that when you upload something, the platform needs to make sure that there is no copyrighted material in that before it appears on the platform, and makes the platforms liable if there's any copyrighted material on that. Now, the problem is that if you require the platforms to check the copyright before it's uploaded, you need to have an AI filter, because you can't do this manually with the millions of videos being uploaded. And the problem with an upload filter is that the AI or whichever system would do it might be very strict on this, and that like much of the artistic content that is being uploaded to YouTube might actually be taken down or never be allowed to be uploaded in the first place. And this is terrible for creation.
Europe has been held up as sort of an exemplar of the way to protect people's privacy, and now to maybe protect copyright laws and materials. But you're suggesting that maybe it's a little more messy and problematic than externally we're seeing?
They base the claim that we need stricter privacy rules and copyright rules on the fact that there is a public demand for it. But whenever they suggest legislation, you have thousands of people in the street against them. So eventually you need to connect the dots and say, maybe we're actually not implementing what people want. People should be able to create content and use material in a reasonable fashion. That means that if you produce a video and you use some content and you comment over it or you recreate it, then you should be able to do that. And copyright rules should not be restricting you in that.
Let's jump to some headlines now. HUD is looking into possible interference in Puerto Rico aid. Lawmakers